Hey everybody, this is Mr. Crafty, and today we're continuing my Deku scale. Last video we talked about his AP strength, and now we're talking about his speed. Now this is actually a relatively short video because it's really easy to find Deku's speed because we actually got newer feats that make it a hell of a lot easier. What I mean by this, we just basically scale Deku's speed off everyone else, and what I mean by that is just currently, well not currently, it's happened a few chapters ago, Shigaraki fought Stars and Stripes. Now what's important about that is that they were able to react to literal lasers. Their ships had lasers they shot them out of. Like Shigaraki did get tagged by a lot of them, but then he actually were able to dodge a few to make it were like they were gonna hit Stars and Stripes. But Stars and Stripes, her quirk is called New Order. She can like make a rule like of physics or like warp reality to a degree. She just has like a new rule to reality, right? Anyway, when it was launched at her, right, she was able to react to the laser, able to say the words "the laser's holdable" all in the time before it hit her, giving her light speed reactions, and they were able to fight each other at these speeds and react to each other, which would make them also have light speed combat speed, mouthful, as well as, you know, Shigaraki was able to dodge a few, so that would also equate to that. Not to mention the fact that there's like a, you know, Shigaraki's quirk radio wave. He actually, some people were able to dodge it as in just before even this fight, as well as her, which radio waves actually travel at the speed of light. So that actually does support their light speed movement. I think maybe they're trying to prove that they're light speed. Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, that proves that they're light speed. How to scale the Deku? Well, both Stars and Stripes and this percent of Shigaraki were confirmed to be on par with All Might, as well as now current Vigilante Deku is also supposed to be on par with All Might. Now we know he can go 100% one for all as stated, but the reason why he can do that is due to Fajin. Fajin is said to fill in the other percent of one for all to make him on par with All Might. And as shown in the fight beforehand in the war arc with Shigaraki, he can only use 45% of one for all, meaning that Fajin must be filling in an extra 55% of one for all, meaning that there's an other 55% of one for all that is not being used. If we add that to Deku, that means he's gone 0.55 times faster, meaning that he is 0.55 times faster than the speed of light. So that would end it off there, but as said, there's also a hypothetical way to get Deku even stronger. Now we do know they say they are stronger or on par with All Might, but we don't know if they're talking about the Prime or just All Might we saw against, like, you know, All for One. So on the chance they are talking about Prime All Might, which I personally think they do because what's going on in the current chapters, then we can easily infer that they would be 60 times faster. The reason why I say this because a Prime All Might is 60 times stronger than what we've seen currently. The reason why is because when fighting against the Perfect Nomu, it was stated that he, in his heyday, you know, referring to his prime, he could defeat the Perfect Nomu in like more or less 5 blows, but now it took him 300. So 300 divided by 5 equals 60. So if you times 0.55 times 60, you get 33, meaning Deku, in his hypothetically, if they're talking about Prime All Might, which I personally think they are, then that means Deku is 33 times the speed of light, which is actually pretty good. You know, for the longest time, you know, My Hero characters were barely able to get to, like, you know, lightning timers, but now they're like, you know, at least in the FTL range. So that's pretty nice. You know, honestly, it's really nice to see him getting higher in speed. And, you know, I'm gonna be able to get like Shigaraki probably a lot higher. And thank you for recommending this. I will want to get to Deku anyway because, like, as I was kind of hinted out, I'm gonna be doing my own Shigaraki video in the future, and you know, this is gonna make my scaling a hell of a lot easier, just kind of scale off what I've already done. Anyway, so that's all. Thank you for recommending this video, and that's all. Mr. Crafty, out.